Alright, what is going on, guys? Crypto Mac here, bringing you another crypto video. Today I want to take a look at Sand or Sandbox and just do a bit of an update video on this coin. I'm extremely bullish on this coin. I think it's a really good project, and it has been performing really well, and I think it has so much upside potential with the introduction of the metaverse and how we're going to explore the metaverse and build on it. So just want to say this is not financial advice, so please do your own research. We last left off looking at this symmetrical triangle, and you can see we broke to the downside, but we've come back up like straight away. So I would say this is invalid, and we wouldn't hit that price target, which would be down in this $4 region. So this is pretty good news, in my opinion. Something to note, and I just want to remind you guys, like Sand just had this absolute massive parabolic rally of 261%. So there was so much hype about this. A lot of people were discussing Sandbox, and then as Bitcoin decided to head down even further, let's say the hype has kind of left off a little bit. We saw a 51% correction in Sandbox, so it's just less spoken about now as it's had this big correction. And I'm sure once it has a big move and a big pump and breaks all-time high levels again, I'm sure it would be spoken about a lot more. That seems to be how it goes with cryptocurrencies, right? When they're down, people don't talk about it, and then when they're up, there's just a lot of people discussing it, a lot of hype around it. So as I said, like we just had a massive 51% correction, which is extremely significant and important as well. That's the thing I always say. It's important to have these corrections to maintain like healthiness in the market and maintain a stable, maintain like stability and allow for future growth. Because if you just always go up, well, that's when you create like massive volatility, and that's where you see big drop-offs of 70, 80, even like 90% sometimes. So it's always good to have healthy corrections, as well as that it's good to have consolidation periods. Obviously with Sand, we had both. We had parabolic rally, so we went up extreme heights and quickly, right? Like we went new all-time highs after all-time highs constantly, and we went up so quick that we needed one, a pullback, and two, some consolidation. Just move sideways for a bit, just kind of like relax, have a breather, and that's what we saw, which is good to see. So what I want to discuss is, firstly, we found ourselves in this kind of descending triangle, which is a bearish pattern, but I'm honestly not too worried about this. If you look at that candle, we've currently actually broken out of it right there. I'll bring the 4-hourly up. You can see we're like kind of out of it, depending on where you draw your line, of course. I've drawn it to this point and this point. You could draw it a bit lower if you wanted. So we've kind of broken out, and if we break up, well, we get to head higher. From where we're at, we can draw a line. We can say we could head around that $6, $6.50 range, which would be really nice to get back up to that. And another important thing to look at is the RSI. I had the daily up here, so you can see after this big kind of correction, you can see we went below 50 on the RSI, which like that's not like really low. It's definitely nowhere near oversold territory, but I think it's important, especially when you look at like historically. So I want the log graph, because it just makes it a little more clear. The last time we hit this point was at this point right here, which you can see we hit this level. We were at 60, we come down to 50, touched it, and what we saw off that was a 10x, a 1000% move. We saw a 10x from that point, and then obviously there was this line here, and then so this indicates that we could see another move like that coming off this. Obviously on a 10x move, you got to counter in for diminishing returns, and so it's likely we won't see a 10x, but we could see a big move coming off this. Obviously we could go lower on the RSI. I mean, 50 is not like a low point, it's the middle point, so we could go lower, but there's always a chance that we do see another move similar to what we saw here. Another thing to look at is we're also found ourselves in this descending channel. Right, here's a descending channel, and we're currently breaking out of it, and this could also indicate that we're going to head higher. So if we take this line and we're to break out from here, well, we're looking at $7, which would be really nice. A $7 Sand to get back up, and we just say we've had our correction, we've had our consolidation and moving downwards, and now we start the move back up and can chase down these all-time highs and head higher. Obviously, it's going to be dependent on Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin heads higher, it's going to give a massive push for altcoins, massive push for Sand. It can help it hit these targets and head higher. So this is what we're looking at. I think Sand looks pretty good for the moment. As I said, it's a good healthy correction. Consolidation looks good. Breaking out of this descending channel is really good, and obviously the RSI is also showing positive indicators. Again, I'm not saying that 50 is massively low and that we should, that we're guaranteed to go up. There's no guarantees. But the indicators look decent in my opinion. So let me know what you think of sand. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later, guys. Enjoy.